Alright, it's finally time. The Locust and the Swarm are both completed there after what felt like an eternity almost, because it definitely took some time there. We can actually put these two ships to good use there and really see how Swarm in particular handles all the updates and enhancements done to it there. Because Locust only got like a 25% boost, which is going to drop a little bit as I lose the resources that are boosting that trade up. But if you remember what my plan was, I have a nice ultra-rich world here that the Cucks have inhabited for me. It is nice and convenient. It's got a nice whopping 209 production going on for it. It's about to get a little bit higher as I finish off these productions here, which I don't think I actually need that, so or at least the fear in that, so I'll just leave that for later on down the road. But I think I do want to rush this because I have tons of resources for it actually. So let us get to building, shall we? Although, what's the easiest way to kind of include them? I kind of need to have them included onto my roster, I think, if I'm going to try and actually make them. So first up, we'll get the Locust going. That'll take just simple 13 turns. And then we'll edit it again and include Swarm, which is going to take tremendously less time. Well, only 10 turns, so it is not going to be too long until I'm waiting for them, especially with the automated factory to help out, because there is absolutely no pollution at all. Apparently, oh, what the hell, Forge, interestingly enough, it actually does reduce my pollution some, which is surprising because it doesn't actually say that. I'm shocked by that turn of events. Not that it's really needed, because I got every other type of resource kind of negated completely there, so that's perfectly fine as is. So for the two ships to be built, that's going to take about 23 turns. A little less if I decide to rush it at some point. So let's get all this colony management out of the way, because hopefully it should not take too terribly long. That's the hope anyway, because we got plenty of research. I might as well get all this out of the way, that way it can pretty much function on its own without me needing to include anything. That's the hope. And then as it gets more developed, let me just see what's the fastest to build. 25, 17 for this. Let's see. I definitely want more population. That's probably a good optimal second step, unless there's a way to boost production, which I think that's already dealt with, from what I understand. Because I don't want the deep core mine, don't care for that. So that's done. Let's get that out of the way. That we don't have to worry about that forever almost. We got archaeology. I didn't even check what world it is, so better safe than sorry. So that's okay. This is a rich normal world, and I just conquered this. I'm pretty certain of that. So yeah, we'll get all the production done, and that way it's out of the way for this video, and before hopefully the preceding turns, if I like just overwhelm the production with nothing but production, so that way we don't have to keep managing every like couple of turns. That is the hope and attention anyway of it. And slowly I'm going to start converting all my worlds to just do trade goods, since there'll be no further need of them to kind of develop anything. Homeworld 1. I think I want to use that to kind of keep enhancing or building my ships and fleet there. I just gotta be careful because that does hurt food. Although I'm not really using anything for food, so that doesn't hurt to do. So I can try and incorporate a little bit extra in there. And speaking of which, do I want to build more? How are we looking at our frigates and corvettes? We got plenty of room. So there's no need to worry about that one bit. So that's gonna be out. That's gonna be dealt with for a while. So depending on what we have to do with our fleets, there we could just mash right through the turns quickly and rapidly. So Theta III. Yeah, that's like the one next to Theta II, which I'm gonna have building my Titans if I remember correctly. So just abundant normal gravity, nothing exciting there. Might as well slowly start getting rid of pollution. Not that I don't think I'm going to use this for much. so it doesn't really matter. Then we have 2 worlds left here. We got Saret and Sek there, so is there anything I want out of Sek? It's just a good populated world. 12 or 20 there. I wonder... Oh well, still continuing to grow there. Not much mighty, so might as well have the hospitals for that. Surprising, considering their capital worlds. Well, actually I take that back. Is this their home? The Raleigh there have pretty well developed their world there, aside for the higher tech stuff that they didn't get access to, which I will happily do for them. And they will be better off for it. So see, assimilating the other races into my hive is really to their benefit. They just don't realize it just yet. So Saret, oh, this is, where is this at? I'm trying to understand where Saret's at. Oh, is that the world I just conquered, I believe. So, that's bare bones. Nothing exciting to talk about. So I'll just rush the aeroponics farm, get that out of the way, and get the usual production started. Or at least boosting its production if I can find the damn thing. I got way too many buildings for my own good. It's gonna take an eternity to go through all of it. And there we go. That should settle that for a good while, especially since it's already maxed out, so it's not going to get any value. I'm not getting any value out of it anytime soon, and that's done with the colony management for the time being. How are we looking on everything else? Because after investing so much time on my Titans, I completely forgot what's going on here. So we got pretty much just a couple splinter worlds here for the Federation. We still got... how many turns left? 10 turns, so plenty of time to capture both Andolph and Magic and try and wipe that from both the Folvar and the Federation. So that is a good deal, I do believe. Question is, what do I want to send down here? Because it doesn't seem like, honestly, there's not really much that they can do against me. So if I send any kind of decent resistance, it's just going to wipe them out. Hands down. Yeah, I can just send this fleet down here at Saret. They're gonna do all the work for me. I don't have to send anything down from over in Andolph, so they're just gonna blockade it there, repair, refuel, do whatever they need to, and they'll deal with any pushing Federation forces that decide to go south. So everything is good. I have consorts here. Move them up a little bit. These are exploration frigates, which I don't think I have need for them down here, so where the hell can I put them? Probably just scout the border, although they do need refuel if I'm going to have them going into any systems. Or any of my worlds to garrison, I might as well refuel them. Because they're going to have to refuel as soon as I push them out again to another region. Other than that, I think my bases are pretty well covered, because I'm going to have this well fortified. I'm going to have a sensor net here with this construction vehicle. So my only possible blind spot's down here, which even then, that's relatively well covered and fortified with a decent armada. So I am looking golden. I think I'm almost ready to push out into the Corgicine Collective and take out these section here and possibly their homeworld. And then very shortly after that, I think it'll be safe to say I have this campaign in the bag, so we are getting relatively close to our conclusion, I think. I think it's safe to say. So everything is moved that I want. We got a couple soldier ships. I have troop transport somewhere, don't I? Because I lost one trying to send it by itself. Oh, and let me guess. It's on the Raleigh planet, isn't it? Yep. What did I tell you? It's gonna delay the inevitable there, aren't you, Raleigh? Trying to make me forget my own troops. Oh well, that's not gonna take very long. Hopefully. It says fuel is gonna be 0% for some reason, even in my own territory, which makes no sense at all. And I still got my lone venom sprayer there, which I think I'm due to retire that poor thing as well, so I might as well go get it refit. I think that's everything that needs to be done, because I think there's nothing left for the Volvar up here, is there? Unless they have something in that system. That's the only thing I can think of. The only problem is I do not want to hurt relations with the Karate right now, because we're buddy with each other there. I don't want to hurt them. Maybe I can get a non-aggression pact with them. That would be swell. That would be just what I need. It is going to hurt my tolerance, so I'm not going to be able to trade back all the resources I have from them, I think, so... Not to mention, I don't even have the tolerance anyway for a treaty. Yeah, so much for that idea. That's not going to work out. So I'm stuck having to wait here and hope that that the Volvar aren't really hiding a system world in there that I can't quite get at. But I think I can safely get at magic there, even though it is on the Karate border. I should be able to go in and out almost. Especially once I take this Federation plant there, that's gonna adjust the border around here quite significantly, I think, in my favor. I'm assuming. But enough of that. Let me move this a little bit further. So I don't need to do crap with that, just auto that. That is done. Another rift appears. I was wondering when the Master Fleet was gonna show up, so where is that at? This is almost like playing a game of whack-a-mole, because that's clearly not it there, that rift, because that's been bugged out ever since it first appeared, like ages ago. So, oh my god, that is way out there, which is probably a good thing for me, but I do need to get a fleet to respond. So how do I want to do this? This is really awkward for me. Because all my fleet's kind of on the opposite side of the border, although I do have enough time to make it back there. I just have no idea what kind of ships I want, how many ships I'm gonna need when you consider exterminators and all that. Okay, before I decide anything, let me remember what exactly Master Fleet consists of. We've got the escort ships that are basically only 2 EMP torpedoes and a couple antimatter cannons, and they're frigates, so they're gonna be easy as hell to kill with maybe 1 shield generator. Then we got the assault frigates, which have the big torpedoes, which those torpedoes should be not a threat at all, because I can just outmaneuver them. So all my ships got that covered. Exterminator has canopy shields, has good number of shields to it, and has phasers, so that could wear me down. But if I can control my ships well enough to be inside the canopy shield, assuming I can dodge the missiles, that would be easy as well. It's just come down to the number. And I got a relatively good number of corvettes and soldiers and consorts. Oh no, these aren't even consorts, these are lockdowns. Singularity can't sound promising, although they are also armored, so I can just kill the engines of all their frigates though if I can control those consorts well, so this is a good experiment, I think. But let me start moving everything over in response, because I got enough corvettes. I just lack a couple of cruisers though, so I don't have the muscle to kind of fight them off just yet. So I can easily move a Hercules beetle there. So what else? Do you want to throw them over there? What do I have here? Oh, this fleet's more than enough. I'm confident this fleet could take out these ships here. At least if separately. There's no question in my mind they can beat the Volvar very easily, but let's see. They got 2 battleships now. It's Einstein and the Massachusetts. Yep. And a couple of corvettes. That's going to be a little tricky. But seeing as they don't have any, they have a couple frigates and that should be doable. I look forward to the challenge, so let's try that. And I don't know why this isn't engaging the corvettes, so get the hell out of here. This is my system. This is my blockade. This is my latinum and resources. Get the hell out, you stupid corvette. So I will reinforce there just in case, and hopefully they will be able to defend it well. Although they're not going to have a starbase or anything to support them. Especially since the population growth is crap right there. It's only 7 to 7, and there's no way it can benefit from the max 15 that it has to offer. So, if I need to, I can probably rush a battle station. Yeah, I can rush a battle station easily. The Master Fleet should not be an issue for me, especially since that battle station is going to have all my tech available. So, let's see. Rhesus Belt. My good old Rhesus Belt. Now, that's my... That wasn't the one under the blockade, was it? Nope. That's just my regular production world. And it just built a frigate guard ship. That's why it's not building anything. I'm almost tempted to build a third Titan, but we'll leave that until the other two are done. Wait a minute. Don't I have a Mark V frigate? What happened to my Mark V? Let me edit this roster out. Pretty certain I have a Mark V. Yeah, I do. I don't know what happened, but I did have Mark V, so I'll start making them. And is there any other production stuff I want to make? I could make mech factories, which certainly doesn't hurt to have more mechs. For worst case scenario, I do have a hard time breaking the position, especially on the ground. So everything's looking good. It's just a shame. My asteroid belts, which served me so long and so well, because they basically single-handedly built my armada here. Rhesus and Armory especially, even with his blockade, and Detremity, which I got a little bit later on, have been my 3 main production worlds. And they're now going to be kind of inferior to, what, Theta there? Now that it's fully developed. And all my other ultra-rich worlds like Ratfield here, once I get terraforming next turn. So I feel it hurts a little bit, I gotta be honest. Because they got me this victory essentially, and all the other worlds, when they're terraformed, even now, are basically going to surpass them, replace them. Because, think about it. Rhesus got me Garrulon, and Garrulon is about to show why it is superior to this one battleship, which is conveniently one of those drone carriers. So by all means there, Garrulon, show us what you're made of. I am not going to say anything else. I'm just going to let the results speak for itself. Although, being all phasers, I don't think it's going to be as quick as I like to make it out to be. Just melt them. Melted, and all the fighters are gonna die pretty quickly. Hell. Oh, seriously, it ran out of power at a bad time. That didn't work out as well as I would have liked. Unless I accidentally turned it off, that might happen. So yeah, maybe the phasers are not the best at killing fighters, but damn. It can melt through those ships once it can get close enough. And then it can just outrun all the other ships if needed. And Garrulon gets the further benefit of when I get dark matter reactors. It's gonna be devastating to say the least.